Hi guys, this video is all about how, without a crystal ball, took it upon herself to look up Christine Brown's new boyfriend's financial information, his private financial information, and plaster it all over Facebook. So here is a long-winded video about how much it pissed me off. Welcome down the rabbit hole, friends. I'm so glad to have you here with me again tonight. I'm actually on my way to running a clinic. It's nighttime for you, but morning here. I'm going to be doing a clinic with women and children today where we're giving vaccinations, so I'm excited to be a part of that. But before I go, I just felt like I had to sit down and work on this video. I've gone back and forth about whether or not I want to put this on my channel, and finally I was just like, F it. I'm going to put on my channel what I want to say. So here we go. Most of you are aware that Christine Brown from Sisterwives started posting on her social media, it was about a week ago, about a new boyfriend she's involved with. She made it clear that for her, this is like a fully committed relationship and she's very excited, according to her posts. Over the past week, it's been shared around YouTube who this boyfriend is. His name is David, and he actually went on his social media and made some posts about Christine, and it was so sweet. Christine went on her Instagram and identified him publicly. It looks like she spent Valentine's Day with him, and she had so many nice things to say. I am very happy for her. I really am. Because, guys, as the upcoming fifth wife of Cody, I've only been with him for a short time, and it's mostly been through his cameos that he sends to me, and I already recognize that it's going to be really hard to spend the next 20 years with Cody. I feel for Christine. She's been through a lot. And with her, it wasn't just Cody that she had to deal with. Can you imagine living with and dealing with Mary for all those years as well? She's just not my personal favorite. And not only that, but living in this very small trailer when they did not have a lot of money. Actually, recently, I think it was in McKelty's live stream on Patreon, she talked about not having very much food and that there was food insecurity in certain ways growing up. They were fed, but it would be I think what she said was bread. They might be given bread at some point because they were running low on food. Now, I'm sure with Christine, she got in that kitchen and she made that bread taste good. That's one of the things that I love about her. But yeah, Christine's been through a lot. She has sacrificed, in my opinion, so much to live this lifestyle, which she was raised in. She didn't just step into it because she thought it would be fun. She was raised to believe this is the right way to live. I'm really happy for Christine. It's brave, and I'm proud of her for being able to say look, I'm really happy that I had this family, I had this life with my children, but now I'm ready to do something different. That is not easy to do when you're 40, 50, 60 years old. I mean, it's really hard to start over again. And I give her so many props for doing that. I mean, thank God that they've made money from the show in a way that I think allows them financially to be able to be a little bit more free, because there are people who are probably in Christine's situation who would be less likely to leave because they see no financial way out of their polygamist family. So I want to identify that. But anyway, the point of all of this is to say, I feel really excited for Christine. I'm looking forward to the next season of Sisterwives. I think it's clear we're going to see Christine and Janelle making these transitions. I have thought that maybe Christine is publicly talking about this boyfriend because they're filming with him, so he would appear on the show. That's just kind of an assumption that I've made. But when she first identified him, and this was just, I think, at the beginning of this week, I had a lot of concerns because I was thinking, how's this gonna go down? Specifically with, I have to be honest, it's with one creator in particular. And I want to stand up and say that I'm a creator, started my channel just 11 months ago, and I talk a lot about gossip. I do research on Reddit, and I share with you things that I find like all over the internet and in the back alleys of different internet pages. And I put this stuff out there, and I hope that I make it clear, like I'm not saying that this is the God-given truth. This is just some information that's being shared. So clearly, I am in support of people being able to get on YouTube and do what they want with their channel and, say what they want in many ways. I do not want to be hypocritical because I am fully aware that a lot of what I've shared about the Sisterwives is gossip. And it's kind of like salacious, crazy information that I'm interested in and other people are interested in. But we have to take it all with a grain of salt. And I always hope that people who watch the videos, like, they do it for enjoyment, not to run with everything that's said like it is the God-given truth about this family. Because let's be honest, no one knows exactly what goes on in this family unless they're a part of the family. And even so, like, now we have all the kids speaking out, and we've seen that there are so many different perspectives coming from all over the place. One person saw something happen, another person never saw that, so they never had the feelings associated with what the other sibling went through. There are so many different ways that you can look at a situation. You can even try to look at it from Cody's perspective. I made a video recently about a polygamist male who kind of spoke out, and I mean, he had some issues with Cody, but he was also saying, like, I can kind of see some of why all of this is hard on Cody as well. Everybody has a different perspective, and that's real life. Flat out, that's the way the world operates in real life. So chatting about it on YouTube, in my opinion, is like a great way to be able to talk about things that they're not going to show on TLC, or that people don't feel really comfortable talking about on like a national network. So that's how I justify like what I'm doing here. I really do this for my own enjoyment and as a creative outlet. So I'm supportive of other channels who do it as well. Although I'm aware of situations that have occurred, I don't speak out about like other channels for the most part, because I felt like it's really none of my business, and who am I to judge what anybody decides to do. But I do want to bring to my subscribers' attention that there is one specific channel which is well known for going after people's very private information. And when I say that, I mean like looking up their addresses, putting those addresses on Facebook and Twitter, looking up private financial records and criminal histories. So an example would be this creator has been upset with another YouTuber. Instead of like looking up information on the YouTuber, I'm sure she did and didn't find anything, she found a negative criminal record of the YouTuber's husband, and she plastered that all over Twitter and Facebook. The YouTuber was like distraught and ended up closing down her channel. It was really difficult to watch from a distance because, to me, I think it's absolutely overstepping a boundary to look into people's private information like that when they don't even appear on TV or social media. Like in that situation, the YouTuber was appearing. We never heard of or saw that she had a husband. But because they couldn't find any negative information about the YouTuber, they went after the husband. There may be a lot of things that I do wrong, and oh my God, so many things that people could criticize me about, but I will tell you right now, I would never do that. So, of course, this YouTuber tends to have multiple social media sites. Many of you probably know her from YouTube, but she also has like a massive Facebook following and Instagram and Twitter and all of that, and she will appear very differently in each of these media forums. This YouTuber is really smart, very good at like advertising and figuring out how to attract people to her social media, and like good for her. I've never, and I've spoken about this in other videos, like I hope for her success, because I understand that it does take a lot of work to do this kind of video editing and stuff on a regular basis, and to do it when you have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers and you're putting out something every day. It's a lot of work. She makes a lot of money doing it, and I'm happy for her. And yeah, as much as all of you could compare all of us YouTubers to one another, this specific YouTuber has done so many inappropriate things that all of us pretty much acknowledge are awful for the community. Sometimes I'll say to myself, like, maybe she learned her lesson and things will get better. And then another situation just makes me feel like things will never get better. Okay, so, this is something that I'm fully aware of. I choose not to talk about it that much on my channel because I don't want to dwell in all of it. But I do want to share with you that the YouTuber has a successful Facebook page, which I follow, or I did follow. And I noticed her starting to talk frequently about Christine. There were some negative things that she was saying about Christine. Many people have said that her tune changed because Christine blocked her from some sort of, maybe it was like a Patreon page or something. This is a big deal. Who knows? I'm not saying that that's why she changed her tune. But she started saying some negative stuff about Christine. And when it came out that Christine had this new boyfriend, I immediately noticed the YouTuber starting to ask people who were commenting on her page, like, what are you concerned about? Do you know anything about this guy? Like, what information do you have? Do you have information about who it is? And what's going on with him? If anybody knows him, let me know. Which I understand that. There were several YouTubers who were trying to figure out his identity. And shortly thereafter, Christine released the identity. So that was great. We didn't have to make guesses about who she was spending her time with, and she kind of cleared all of that up. Again, I was like, wow, I'm happy for her. This is great. But guess what started coming up on my feed yesterday? This YouTuber immediately released a post which identified Christine's boyfriend and shared the past 20 years of his financial records, as well as taking a look at his criminal history. And I just thought to myself, like, is there no boundary that won't be crossed here? Thankfully, it's kind of like the guy doesn't have a criminal history, and I was grateful that that wasn't the situation. Obviously, I'm grateful for Christine, but also, like, I knew this YouTuber would completely pop off if that was the case. But he did have some financial errors in his past, and she highlighted these in the post. Guys, this made me really upset because because who doesn't have like some basic financial errors in their past, and who cares? I know that the YouTuber and her husband, because she said it, have some financial mistakes that they've made. It's never occurred to me to judge them about that or to ever really like talk about it until now when she's bringing up other people's financial decisions. But it bothers me deeply because like I'm so happy for Christine. Like, just leave her alone. We don't need to go after this guy and pull up every little thing he's ever done in his 60 years on this planet, because guess what? No one is perfect. And especially someone who's been married before, had a relationship, had a family, there are going to be things from his past that are imperfect, right? That doesn't mean he's not a great guy and a good fit for Christine. But more than any of that, yes, I have seen many of my subscribers and many people who care about Christine speaking out and being like, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this guy. It's too fast, too much, too soon. She needs to be careful. And I just want to say, from my point of view, my perspective is, F it. She does not need to be careful. She spent the past 20 years in a polygamous marriage that was like painful and difficult and hard. She's not a teenager who has to worry about getting pregnant and having a child out of wedlock. She doesn't need to be careful. She's an adult. I'm not going to infantilize her like, oh, poor Christina. I know that her aunt, Kristen Decker, who, I really like what Kristen has to say, but she was also like, oh, when I first got out of my polygamous marriage, I fell head over heels for a guy and it didn't work out. And I'm worried about Christine. And I understand that, and yet I don't feel that way. I'm like, this is part of the adventure. She's leaving a situation which she doesn't regret it. She loves her kids, she loves her family. But now it's time for her to enjoy life, to go out there and have a wonderful adventure, to experience love, to maybe experience heartbreak in a way that she hasn't felt before. But she's free. She's free to have all of these experiences. And I'm so happy and ready for this, for her and anyone else who leaves the situation. I hope Janelle has her own kind of experiences that she can really enjoy. I don't need to hear about this background of someone having a bankruptcy or whatever in their past, stuff like that. Shit like that happens to people, and it doesn't mean that they're not good people. I trust Christine, especially from what I've seen on the show. She seems like a great mom, a wonderful person. I always felt like she was truly the heart of that family. She made holidays fun. She was fun, effervescent, bubbly, when the other wives were kind of annoying to me a lot of the time. It was almost like, not all of them, but a lot of times the wives would sort of come off as Eeyores, depressed, unhappy, oh, I got to do another family activity. But Christine was always the one that was there baking and cooking and singing songs and dancing, and I really loved that about her. And now she gets to do that with a person who really appreciates it about her. If I were in her situation, when Cody and I split up in 20 years, or he dies, and I move on to another man, I'm not going to be looking for someone who has no financial issues in his background and can take care of me, because I'm going to have all of Cody's money at that point. What I'm going to be looking for is a 20-something-year-old hot, super sensitive, loving guy with mommy issues who wants to treat me right. Life is not all about perfection, and I don't think that's what Christine needs, or maybe is looking for right now. She's looking for someone to love her, love her kids, have fun with her, enjoy life with her. And I really hope that she's found this in David. If she hasn't, it's okay. She'll find it with someone else as she moves on. I hope we see a lot of good things on the show in the next season. I want to let you know, I never speak to this creator. She has written a couple of comments on my videos. But I sent her a message just on her Facebook post. I'll share it on the screen. I basically said please don't go after this guy. Within a few seconds, she had deleted that message and blocked me from her page. And this is something she does frequently to people. I'm aware of that. I have no problem with her blocking me. That's her page. She can do whatever she wants. But it made me very aware that when you are looking at her content, you're not getting the truth about how people are commenting and responding to what she's saying. For me, a lot of people leave negative comments, I never delete them or move them, because I think it's a part of the truth of what's going on with my videos. I prefer for people to see, there are people that agree with me and there are people that disagree with me, and to make their own decisions based upon all of this information. But I'm not going to delete all of the information that doesn't completely fit with my narrative. I'm happy. I'm so happy for Christine. Cody and I, we've got a lot to work on. Cody, Robin, and I, we're in a difficult place because, as many of you know, it was just Valentine's Day, and Cody chose to spend that time with Robin. There's a video I'll be making about that later, and as a family, we've got some things to work on. But regardless, I'm happy for Christine, and I hope you are too. Thank you so much for joining me down this rabbit hole. Hope to see you again soon.